Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Candace. I'm telling you. Horse trainer. Telling you. That's enough to make a man feel insecure. Talking about all that big horse parts and stuff. Anyhow.
I know.
I'm new with all this technology. Tip clamp, bend it. Like the whale tomorrow net. I'm talking like her now. How you all doing? Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy here. Yeah. You sound like a little Dolly Parton.
With the boobs.
And that's where size comes into it too for women. You know what I'm saying? Size for women. Dolly Parton. Parton the Red Sea, I'll tell you. I'd like to introduce our next comic. Are you okay? How you doing?
You're Dolly Parton under the belt.
Well, I'm talking to your friend there. She sounds like she's drunk. Like what you see?
She's I have too many beers.
Have 6 Jägermeister and I'll be back to check with you. Yeah, it works the other way too, guys.
Chickens.
Ugly girls, ugly men. Alcohol, that's why I was invented. Anyway, I want to call Mr. Justin Jet Miller. Justin, hang on, I'm not done yet. Justin has been in the Thunder Bay Comic Idol pageant. Twice. And it was just this dancing that ruined it for him. No. He's in Thunder Bay Comic Idol and came in second place in 2010, 2011. But I think after you see him, you'll realize he got ripped off. Because he's number 1 in my book. And the reason the Jet name, I had to ask him, hey, where'd you get the Jet nickname? He goes, I'm not sure. Krista, where'd that come from? Krista was texting him or emailing him, and the spell correct changed his name from Justin to Jet, so his nickname's Jet. All I can say is, fuck technology. Justin, come on up here, buddy.
I guess if I bombed the set with a nickname like Jet, I could just fly away. Well, as you may or may not have heard, I don't have a very unique name, but I do have the best common last name you can have. After all, I'm able to relate to every brand of Miller beer. When I was a kid, I was Miller Lite. When I'm speaking the truth, I'm Miller Genuine. When I'm relaxing, I'm Miller Chill. If I ever decide to go into the army, I'll be Miller Draft. And if I ever decide to start smoking weed again, I'll be living the Miller High Life. And finally, as the Miller slogan says, when I bring a girl home, it's not just a good time, it's Miller time. Any takers? That's the best response I've gotten. Well, along with having a name that's not unique at all, I'm also accident prone. Oh, and I'm blind. That's like being punished for the same thing twice.
Well, then you'll love me.
You got a great sounding voice, so I think you're right.
Give me all those names at once, baby.
Sounds like a good time. Well, until the next day. Ah, fuck, I've probably been through worse. Well, when you have a disability, you tend to get a lot of people to come up and ask you questions. You know, with mine being visual, the question I get all the time is, so if you can't see, how come you just don't wear glasses? Honestly, if it were that simple, I'm sure I would have figured it out a long time ago. Besides, I've grown way past the childish notion where wearing glasses isn't cool.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
thank you. This is getting better by the minute. Just gotta adjust them here, make sure they're on properly so I don't look like an idiot. Oh wait, yeah, I always look like an idiot, it's okay. The next question I got is actually when I was back in middle school. A kid came up to me and said, Justin, I know you can't see, but does that mean you can't cry? To which my immediate response was, no, but I can make you cry. And finally, there's that classic question, what the fuck are you looking at? Honestly, I wish I knew. Once I went on a date with a girl to the movies, and she asked me to explain my visual disability to her. Seeing as we went to see Avatar, I said, you know how you saw Avatar in 3D? I didn't. Sadly, that's a true story. And with these glasses, I know it helps me look the part, but I do wear them at work as well, and my coworkers have dubbed me Ray Charles, or Stevie Wonder, but I can't see the difference. There are some times, though, where my visual disability gets me in trouble. The first that comes to my mind is the first time I watched that commercial for Kids Help Phone. You know, the one where the kid's being bullied and a cell phone pops up with the kid's help phone information on it. First thing that went through my head when I saw that, this is the worst cell phone ad I've ever seen. Also, with this visual disability, you know, another problem I have is I'm not very good with women. Except for tonight, apparently. Or at least good with one.
I'm free, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'll fucking take that anytime. Thank you. But anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I told him, you know, I'm really fucking nervous. Like, you know, I walk towards someone. Look at me, man. I look fucking freaky. You know, girls usually turn and walk the other way. So my buddy says, hey man, why don't you stalk her? I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. So, creep up to her window, start trying to lift up the latch. Suddenly she wakes up. I see a spotlight above me and she says, you've got 5 minutes to get out of here before I call the cops. Fuck. Stalking doesn't work too well when you have to get up that close. But having a visual disability really isn't all that bad. I mean, the worst thing about it is I'm not able to drive. But I don't see that as a bad thing, considering how bad Thunder Bay drivers are. After all, we have an improper turn named after us. You know, the one where there's 2 lanes open and you should go into the nearest one. Instead, you go into the furthest lane, cutting off the nearest motorist. That, my friends, is a Thunder Bay turn. Keeping with the car theme, when someone comes to pick me up and I'm not familiar with what their car looks like, I have to get up really close to see who's driving. Apparently, this freaks some people out. So if this happens to you, I just want you to know, I'm not trying to carjack you, I'm just trying to find my ride home.
Here I am.
All right. Like I say, this just keeps getting better and better.
I know.
Fuck, I feel like I've won the lottery. I love this shit right now. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Oh.
Feel your way.
Feel my way.
Well, take off the space in the push-up rope.
Oh, shit. I'm feeling my way everywhere I go, honey.
Disappointment, here it comes.
I don't know, your voice is good. Like I say, I'm probably one of the few people who could truly enjoy phone sex. I gotta mention this too, just because we're at a bar and, I told you how fucked up I am. I was in a bar one time when I was 18, it was local, and no, I didn't sneak in with a fake ID, it was an all-ages show. But bouncer came up to me and takes one look and says, "You are on something because your eyes look fucked." I said, "No, I'll be happy to subject myself to any test you want just to prove you wrong. I'll take the breathalyzer, I'll give blood, hell, I'll even give you a urine and a semen sample. But please let me do those last 2 on my own. It's not your job, and I don't need a hand."
Well, where's the fun in that?
It was a guy. That's why I didn't need a hand. I like this. I like this a lot.
Where was I?
I don't know. I didn't see you.
Thank you, Lord.
I guess I'm going to get off of the whole self-abuse thing for a bit and tell you a little more about myself. I want to be a motivational speaker, and a friend of mine found out about it, and he said, man, go take a Toastmaster seminar. Thought about it for a second. With a name like Toastmasters, either I'm going to go there hungry and come home full, or like most of the people in this bar, I'm going to go there sober and come home hammered.
Either way, you're getting burned.
And thank you. I love this. You should come up here and do a set yourself. You're not too bad.
I wasn't invited.
Well, you're invited now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And
By the way, you're gorgeous.
yes, you do sound gorgeous. Anyway, I'm probably going to get some heat for this. So if anyone beats up a blind guy later, you'll know why. I'm from Port Arthur and thus went to St. Ignatius High School. But that just makes me think, how great is our city? They decided to plan building a school next to a jail and a mental institution. Here's how graduation worked out. All of you who have orange coveralls, stand on the right. All of you who have white straitjackets, stand on the left. I left my straitjacket at home.
I was always on the left.
Now, I just want to end by telling you guys about an article I read that says if men stare at women's breasts for 15 minutes a day, it's equal to 30 minutes of exercise for your heart. So, ladies, I hope you don't mind if I ask to get a closer look. It is for my health, after all. Thank you very much.
Jason, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, that's some funny stuff.